As we get set for women's soccer here this afternoon from Klamath Falls, Oregon, we welcome you live to the Cascade Conference opener for the Oregon Tech Lady Owls. That's Northwest University in town. It's a rematch of a quarterfinal matchup from last year's Cascade Conference Championships, a match that Oregon Tech picked up a 2-1 victory. Both teams have been impressive in the preseason. Oregon Tech comes in 4-1-1, coming off a big win here at home against Hope International and a win against Simpson. And for the Northwest Eagles, they come in at 4-2 on the season. Northwest has a couple key victories, one of them against a pretty good Lewis and Clark team out of Portland. And for Northwest, a team that is trying to get back into the national tournament after missing out on it last season. Tech today will be without their starting midfielder, Miranda Valle. She was injured during the game against Simpson the other day. Just a precautionary, trying to make sure that she's ready to go for the stretch drive. So it's McCall Chambers that'll go into the starting lineup for Tech. She scored her first collegiate goal in that victory against Simpson last week. The lineup for Tech: Ellie Hiller, the junior from Modesto, she'll start in goal. Soleil Elliotson, Shelby Geiger, Jaylee Curran, along with Emma Glazebrook in that back line. Those outside backs, defensive mids, I should say, is Kaylee Hashizaki. And also in that back spot is Chloe Cook. And then you're going to look for up top, it's going to be McCall Chambers, Ryan Maddox, and also Sydney Soskis. It was Soskis who had a great ball that got the goal from Chambers on Monday afternoon. Northwest will start Katie Snow in goal. They'll have Baker and Rachel Snow, Hendrickson, Hurst and Leach, Hurley, Yarnell, Becerra out of Columbia, Van Ash, and Lucy Mossett. As we're about ready to go, Oregon Tech will be in the white tops this entire homestand. It seems like Tech has been wearing their navies, so finally get a chance to see them in white. They wore the white tops when we had our opener here against Benedictine Mesa. Again, the first of 12 Cascade Conference matches. Tech will have 5 of those matches here in Klamath. They'll play 7 on the road, and 6 of those 7 that they will have on the road are against top teams in the Cascade Collegiate Conference. They have the gauntlet, per se, to be able to try and win a league title. Remember last year, Oregon Tech finished in second in the regular season standings. They also finished second in the Cascade Conference tournament and earned a bid to nationals. Again, we are waiting Tech to break the huddle, and we are set to go. Glad you could join us here today. Again, as I look down there in the pink kit today is the Tech keeper, that's Ellie Hiller. And in the gold kit for the squad from Northwest is Katie Snow, a returner, who had a good season a season ago for Northwest. They had a 1-0 lead on Tech in the conference tournament in the first half over in Medford, but Tech was able to battle back and come away with a victory. Tech at home this season, they are 3-0-1 as the clock has started, and we will go. Northwest, a team that their 2 losses have come against good opponents. Central Washington and also Puget Sound, 2 good NCAA squads. They also have a win against Doane out of Nebraska as they went over to LeGrand and played a couple teams from outside the area. Patient early on is Tech, trying to hold possession. And that's something that was key in the win against Simpson. Tech did not play a good first half in that matchup, but was able to get a goal, a 30-yard shot from Jaylee Curran, who was this week's Cascade Conference Offensive Player of the Week. And then got the goal in the 68th minute by Chambers that made it insurmountable deficit for Simpson. So you can see Curran working at that right back position. Hiller in her first year for Tech, unable to get the clearance. Glazebrook will tip it out in towards the midfield, but Northwest trying to keep the possession. Pushing forwards, Rachel Snow in the midfield from Arlington, Washington. Out wide to Leach. Without Miranda Valle today, Tech going to have to go a little deeper into their bench. Had played so well over the last 4 or 5 games. And really had a great run against Simpson the other day early in the contest. Hashizaki. It was Elliotson. Chambers. Tech going to go with 2 up top, it looks like. And the wingers are going to be Soskis along with Maddox. And they try to get it to Soskis along the far touchline, and it was won by the Eagles. Today, other matchups. College of Idaho at Walla Walla playing their first ever conference match in women's soccer. Unfortunately, they're playing the number 3 ranked team in the land, and I think the over-under on goals is probably 12. And that might be an understatement for the 3-time defending league champs. So they'll try to push the ball back towards the box for Northwest, and Snow will come and collect it. Southern Oregon taking on Evergreen today. Carroll and Rocky Mountain should be a good one. That is in Billings. Yesterday, Bushnell knocked off Providence 2-0 to open up the league schedule. And then you have Eastern Oregon at Warner Pacific. And it's a little different conference slate this year than it's been in previous years. For Tech and Southern, Evergreen Northwest, everything's the same. Same with Eastern and College of Idaho. But with Multnomah dropping athletics, it's changed kind of the travel partners in a lot of sports. But now Walla Walla paired with Warner Pacific as Maddox tries to work the far side. Gets knocked to the ground, and there will be a free kick for Tech. So Tech will have a free kick opportunity, working into the wind here in the first half. As we start the 5th minute. It will be Kaylee Hashizaki to take the free kick. 2 in the wall, probably looking for Elliotson. Is the key, and she'll try a low laser, trying to go left post and misses Watt. So Hashizaki takes a shot at goal and had plenty of leg. Would have been a tough stop if it had been about 4 or 5 feet to the right for Snow, because it was tucked in a good spot. Kern will play it back into the defensive end. Having to come back was Chambers to make sure she was onside. Chloe Cook, the junior. Trying to play in space. Raimondo's there. Same with Soskis. Soskis tries to play to the feet of Raimondo. Now Chambers into the midfield, finds Maddox. And Maddox, turf monster, got it. And they'll play it out wide. Soskis waits. Is being pressured. I think Tech trying to switch it, and they will. That's a good decision. See what the left side brings. Hashizaki had a runner with Elliotson, couldn't, so she'll play back to the middle. Goes into the area, nobody on the back post. Chambers won't be able to get there. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. And the Blue Tops today, the Eagles from Kirkland, Washington. This will be Snow to bring the ball back into play. On the second ball, Hashizaki tries to win it, being pressured. Glazebrook will play to Jaylee Curran. One of those backs for Tech that definitely will push forward. Hashizaki on the left wing. And a poor touch there by Glazebrook. And it gives Northwest a free possession. One thing I do notice today, men's soccer team has some ball shaggers out. It's going to help pick up the pace of play. Thank you to the boys. It's one of those little things required in league play. Difficult when school not in session to be able to have extra bodies to be able to help. Pushing forward out of the back. Came the big center back for Northwest, Ella Baker. Eagles did not provide heights on their roster, which is difficult sometimes when you're trying to locate a player and you see, hey, you can't see a number, but you see someone, Baker, probably good 5'10", maybe 5'11". And so you see that and you're like, okay, I can tell that might be that player. And a foul on Tech. Soskus a little too much body. She battled hip for hip on that far touch line. 8 minutes in, had just one shot. But Northwest will have the wind at their back. And they'll play it to the top of the 18. And it's headed, I believe, by the Eagles, and it will be a goal kick for Oregon Tech. Again, for Tech, following tomorrow's game against Evergreen State, or just Evergreen, as I got told this week that, hey, we don't want to be called Evergreen State anymore. And it's hilarious because the school kind of flip-flops. Hey, we're Evergreen. Hey, we're Evergreen State. Hey, we're East State. Hey, we're the Evergreen State College. It seems like every couple of years they change how they want to be referred to. But once Evergreen comes, Tech going to be on the road for 5 of their next 6 games. Next week, the rivalry matchup over in Ashland against the team in red and black. Then a road trip to Montana, and now dangerous spot. Northwest going to get a free kick angled inside the 18. Then back home to take on Providence, just 1 game. And then back on the road to face 2 of the premier powers in College of Idaho and Eastern Oregon. Gracie Van Ash, leading scorer from a year ago. Looks like a 2-player wall for Tech. Looks like she's going to attack with the left boot. 2 players patrolling the post for Tech as well. Great opportunity for the Eagles. And Van Ash will take a crack, goes back post, headed away. It'll be a corner kick. And see how Tech can defend that. So it'll be the first chance. Northwest. And it looks like it'll be Van Ash again. Kid from Snohomish, Washington. Use her right foot. Headed just wide. Good attempt that time. Pushing forward was Ella Baker. And got a decent amount of the body, but just couldn't find it. It misses wide to the right. Had the entire right-hand side of the goal. She gets a quality head. And it's 1-0. Northwest pressuring the ball. Tech struggling, just as they did for a sizable part of that first half against Simpson. And the intensity level just doesn't seem there early on. And it was something that Tom Moore told me during the week concerned him a bit. The fact that the team has to come out and play with a passion early. Slotted through. Now it's Snow. Glazebrook trying to clear it. Finally, Tech gets it to the midfield. Eagles playing it out wide towards the far side. Can Raimondo get onto it? She can't. Rhea Raimondo able to patrol the ball back towards the midfield. similar to the job that Miranda Valle did in that game against Hope International, where she won a ball near midfield, went 1v1 on the keeper, scored the equalizer early in the second half that day. And Tech came back to win 3-2. Glazebrook steps in front of a through ball. Tech yet to really get any numbers up forward. Chambers pushing back. And there we go. Tech will get a throw in about 25 yards from goal. Finally a little push for the Lady Owls. This will be Hashizaki to trigger. And again, ball distribution early on has not been Tech's forte. Typically it is, but possession has not been the case. And that was the issue in the match that they lost, their only loss of the year. That was at Embry-Riddle. Ball in the middle of the midfield. High angling shot just goes high. Just a half volley that time. And Sarah Becerra from Columbia took a hack at it. And Hiller was kind of caught off guard. She was 2 or 3 paces closer to the 6 than she was the goal line. She'll put the ball in play. Geiger, first real touch Shelby's had today. Playing more as an outside back than a central mid. As a through ball trying to find Soleil Ellison, who had a good run going. Just couldn't connect, but Tech will contain possession nearly 15 minutes into the first half. Tech had an early chance on a free kick by Rhea Raimondo. Northwest had a free kick just outside the 18. Got a corner out of the opportunity as well, and it was a great header. Northwest has had the run of play for the most part. And it'll be a foul on Tech in the midfield. One good thing today, both teams with great kits, so it's real easy to be able to see those numbers. Ball work to the middle. Chambers making her first start of the year. Now Geiger at that right back spot. Another foul on Tech. So will be played in by Baker. With the wind behind her, could be able to get it into the 18 with ease. Instead, she'll play it short.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Fall Tire Fest sales event.
Wide.
Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of all-terrain or all-weather tires. And as always, you'll get America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Get dependable.
Raimondo's midfield. Trying to work it. There goes Chambers. Raimondo again. Long ball played into the area, and Curran a little too far out. Was hoping maybe for a skip over the top, but not there. Jaylee Curran trying to get a runner. Again, unable to connect. Northwest looks like they traveled 7 reserve field players and a keeper. So knowing they got a back-to-back, conserving energy, knowing they got to play tomorrow, same time at Southern Oregon is key. The ball played into the area and Hiller able to collect. Tech distributes the ball out to the left side and Hashizaki. And again, Tech unable to control the ball. And another foul on the Owls. Out of sorts is Tech here early on. I could see Tom Moore on his bench. Clipboard in hand next to goalkeeper coach Ryan Solis. Also there's Caitlin Price out today with an injury. That ball played right to the top of the 18. Glazebrook didn't get a good foot on it. Cook did, headed it out, second chance. And an angled shot again goes wide. More of a volley that time off the foot of Gracie Van Esch. Looks like Northwest quickly going to bring in a sub. So first one of the day. Haley Deese on for the Eagles. And coming off is Megan Hurley. So Haley Deese on. Sophomore from Port Orchard, Washington. Without looking, guessing it's probably South Kitsap High. I grew up in that area. Hey, I was right, it was South K. Ball played into the middle. Glazebrook stood him up. Chambers tries a cross, trying to find Soskis in the middle. 3 blue shirts back there to be able to control it. I'm actually pretty proud of looking at my scoreboard. If I had gotten it white and blue, if you look up in the top left corner. And is Tech going to use the sub or no? Yes, they will. That's what I thought. You always love it when they're on the left side of the coach and where they're supposed to be. As Oregon Tech will bring on Claire Cohen. But you look at the color I have for Oregon Tech today on the scoreboard. It's the same color Northwest has. So I thought I did pretty good there. It's not really royal blue. It's not really dark blue. It's kind of in between. But it is a good contrast in color. 20 in, still scoreless. OIT trying to find the right combination, try to get that ball into that offensive zone. Trying to play back to the middle. Curran heads it, but right there was Deese. Hasazaki now going to have to defend. Able to get some space. Now you got to clear it out of that area. Ellison touches it wide. Extra pass, touch to the midfield. Now out wide, good play there for Tech. Ellison finally with some space, has 2 runners. Into the area. There's Soskis onside. Sydney Soskis plays it in. Right in front, and no, on the backside. I think that's Raimondo down there that tried to get ahead on it. Tech finally able to connect a couple passes. That's where they're successful this season. Trying to touch it, had 2 players there, just couldn't find it. Stepping forward is Geiger. Trying to play to the feet wide. Tech's got to go get organized in the back. Again, men's game will follow us. 40 minutes from the conclusion of this game. Nice move inside. Van Asch trying to pick up a foul, couldn't. Elliotson now to the midfield. Raimondo touches. Chips one in. Cohen on the left. Maddox on the right. And either way, it's going to be a throw in for Tech. Van Asch will come off the next opportunity for the Eagles. Hashizaki has it. She's going to tee one up from way outside. I don't think she realized how far out she truly was. 15 yards in, maybe. 50 yards out, no. Most of the time you don't see one of the men's players trying to take a shot from that distance. Curran in the midfield pushing up. Plays to the feet, trying to get a run to Cohen, can't. And again, it'll be a throw in for Tech. And it looks like both teams will have a substitution. So I mentioned Van Asch going to come off. Kara Baker on. And it looks like for Tech, it'll be Kaylin Ness who will come on for Maddox. Just over 20 minutes left here in the period. Tech gonna sub again. This time, it'll be Bryn Cope trying to get a little speed to replace Soskus. Tom Moore subbing earlier than normal. Cope, the fastest player on the team, the true freshman. As that ball played towards the middle, Cook trying to clear it. Hashizaki battling with the defensive midfielder for Northwest. Glazebrook splits through a double team. Player goes down for the Eagles. Kaylin Ness nearly wins it. Dribbled all the way to the back. And finally, there's Baker. Good job distributing the ball to the far side. Hendrickson with a touch. And now it's Cope. Chloe Cook, Claire Cohen, had a goal disallowed against Simpson the other day. Hashizaki plays back to the middle. Now long ball. Elliotson is onside but won't be able to get there. Look like Tech gonna go deeper into the bench. Nelia Robinson next. Looking at the way the lineup is, probably will be for Elliotson. No, it'll be for Raimondo when we get to that point. Cope has it far side. Plays it back to Curran. Jaley right down the middle of the field. Elliotson with a touch. And then not a good touch. So the Eagles go in the wrong direction. And now we got more subs. So Northwest going to bring in a sub as well in this situation. Cambry Dejan on for the first time. And then, as I mentioned, Tech will bring on Robinson, and off will go Raimondo. So we got all the subs. 4 so far on for OIT. 3 on for the Eagles. And we'll see if this is on the ground or throw-in. And the way they're moving, it looks like it'll be on the ground. Nope, it'll be a throw. Nope, it will be on the ground. That's what I thought. '28th minute. Kaylin Ness able to win it and play it wide. Hashizaki will push forward. Trying to play to the feet. Robinson asking for it. Trying to find Cope inside, and it gets knocked into the midfield. Glazebrook. Jaylee Curran turns and goes the other direction. Long ball into the middle. Touch to Ellison. Trying to play it to Cohen. Can't get a touch. Now it's a foot race to the near touch line. And Northwest able to control. That's Dagan. Ball played in. Saw a runner. Didn't get it. Cohen again. Robinson. Now it's Cook. Northwest defending well. Ellison to Cook. Robinson. Geiger. Tech's connected about 8 or 9 passes in a row. Hashizaki trying to play wide. Got it to Bryn Cope out there. Cope going to go 1v1 and earn a throw in. So Tech finally with some pressure, top of the 18. It'll be a little further in. Northwest looks like they will sub 2. Curran steps in front. She'll take a low liner, 1 hop and a save. That was a dart from Jaylee Curran. So Northwest will sub 2 at the next moment as they try to push forward. Cross to the far side, a run over there. And it'll be a throw in. That was Baker. Top of the 18. Eagles to restart. And they'll try it again. And 2 balls onto the field. It was Baker that restarted it. Cope trying to get it to Robinson in the midfield and does. Tech trying to get numbers forward. Cohen wins it. Still trying to pressure. But the Eagles dropping 5 back in a diamond and really pressuring the ball. It'll be a Northwest throw in. No, they'll give it to Tech. Center official overrules the AR. Glad he could join us here this afternoon from Klamath Falls. Light breeze today. Temperature supposed to get about 80. As good a weather as you're going to expect. Beautiful day. Men's game should be a good one. Tech unbeaten on the season, 0-3. Northwest on the season, they're 4-2 and have played well. Trying to work the far sideline was Baker. But then an absolute poor distribution by Hiller again. My word, that was not good. Becerra in the middle. And a diving save on a touch, on a cross that came across from Becerra. Got to have good distribution out of the back. It was something that Sidney Nakamura, 3-year starter for Tech the last few years, so good with. Tech has played 2 keepers this season. Emma Bevan, a transfer. Same thing goes for Hiller. Ball in the midfield. Eagles still with the possession. Touch wide, dangerous spot. Here's Baker, and her shot gets cleared wide. And a corner kick for Northwest will be their second. And this time it looks like Becerra will take it. Eagles will press forward. Becerra will play it top of the 16, headed out by Tech. Is there any support for Northwest? It looks like no. It'll be a throw in for the Eagles. And now Northwest looks like they've subbed one. Funny how the sub not standing there and then sprints someone over. So on for the Eagles. Becerra off. Jersey Walker, a freshman from Arlington, Washington, that player on. So Northwest is sub 6 here in the first. So more than half of their starters. There'll be a throw in. No, they say throw in for Tech. Northwest was trying to restart quickly. That'll be a foul on the Eagles. So Tech will get to push forward. And Geiger will take it inside of 10 here in the opening half. Tech will not play it up forward to start. They'll touch it over to Hashizaki. She'll play to Elliotson. Hashizaki coming down the near touchline, throws it right back into Elliotson, middle of the pitch, out wide. There's Chloe Cook. Tries to slot one in, there's no runner. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. You can see what Tech is trying to do, especially from our vantage point. But the execution so far just not there. Cope able to take the restart. Kaylin Ness to Robinson. Touch it in to Cook. Slots it through. Can Cope get there? Weak side. And it'll be saved. Bryn Cope with a good run. Little touch with the right boot, but Katie Snow got there in her second year in the program. It'll be a throw in for Tech. Work in the middle. Haley Deese thinking, okay. Not a whole lot to show for that, though. No support on the weak side. You can see Northwest has recognized the struggles Tech's had distributing the ball. And so they've brought in their forward and their outside backs all the way up. This time Tech able to get it out to the midfield. Working down the far sideline, Ness trying to get there, and will earn a throw-in. So a nice ball by Bryn Cope, the freshman, able to allow Tech to push forward. Just over 7 minutes left here in the first. And the majority of the game has been played on Northwest's half of the field. Cohen tries to turn. Try to keep it alive, and they say the ball got to the end line. So it'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Again, Tech has not really generated much offense. And you got to credit Northwest. Good through ball in. Ness, had Cope wide. Couldn't find her. Instead it's Cook. Cohen trying to turn. Got through space, could take a shot. It gets blocked. Nice job by the Eagles defense. Jaylee Curran's been quiet. Hashizaki. Plays it into the middle. That's where all the support for Northwest was. Curran, angle, no one home. Again, the first of 12 conference matches, the top 8 advance to the Cascade Conference Championships coming up mid-November over at Lithia Driveway Fields in Medford. And this year it'll be a little different. I believe it's Saturday, Monday, Wednesday are the dates. Last year, Lady Owls made it to the conference final, losing a 1-0 decision to eventual national semifinalist College of Idaho. Cope can't control it. It'll be a throw in along the far side. Tech with 4 reserves on. As I mentioned, Northwest with 6. Hashizaki. Curran gets herself some space. With 4 minutes exactly left in the period. It's that danger time for both teams where you, at worst, you know you want to go in 0-0. But both teams do not want to give up a goal in this situation. Looked like a handball in the midfield, wasn't called. Robinson trying to win it, but it's touched out wide. That's where Hendrickson brings it forward. Geiger tried to stop her and couldn't. Now to the far side, long run for Dagan, but she is unable to get onto it. It'll be a throw in for Oregon Tech. Again, tomorrow we'll join you same time, noon start. Evergreen State in town. We won't be back here until the 10th of October. Angled run for Leach. Touches it into the middle, and the keeper, Ellison, I should say the keeper, Hiller, goes right through the Northwest defender and is able to stop it. As that was Baker, the freshman, making a run. Two and a half minutes left. Again, Tech content playing the ball back to the keeper, not looking to push forward. Curran comes out to get it. Plays it out wide to Cope. Chloe Cook. Waiting for support. Found Curran in the midfield. Pressure from behind. She recognized it. Touches it back to Glazebrook right in the center circle. Ellison. Ness. Cohen. Then chipped in. Onside in there is Ellison. Looks left, comes back, has got a little bit of space. Soleil with a left foot goes wide. Got just a little too deep. A little too far to the end line. Couldn't get that angle that she needed to try to get it to the near post. Tech wins the restart, but then gives it right back to the Eagles. It's that second ball that's really been the struggle for Tech today. It'll be a throw-in with a minute to go. Will anyone be able to generate any offense in the final 45 seconds here of the period? Where you don't want to make a mistake if you're either team. 30 seconds to go. Cope will push forward. And Ness won't be able to get to that one. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Uncertain if they'll be able to get enough time to push the ball forward. And we'll count it down with them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. After 45, Northwest and Tech are scoreless. Our halftime report is next right here on the Owl Sports Network.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Fall Tire Fest sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of all-terrain or all-weather tires. And as always, you'll get America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Get dependable.
experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
At US Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the big expansions, and the celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there. The late nights, cold pizza, the glamorous travel, the juggling acts. We are in for all of it, all of us. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side. Like Kayla from Kansas City, or Brian from Boise. He's great too. And thousands of other bankers around the country. Because your glory is our glory. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And all the cold pizza will be worth it to get us farther than we ever thought we could go, to be better than any of us could ever be alone, proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Hey, grab me one too.
These days, you can eat about any kind of pizza in any kind of environment, and that's great. But at Abby's, our customers today want the same things our customers wanted way back in 1964. Delicious pizza, shared with family and friends in a fun, casual setting. If that sounds old-fashioned, that's sort of the point. From our 36 locations, Abby serves the kind of traditional pizza that traditions are made of. Good to the last slice. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Yum.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi, because whether you've driven 1 mile or 1,000, when you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit, in the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
Fall into autumn all September at Clamoya Casino and win your share of over $41,000 in cash and prizes. Rake in the dough during our Autumn Riches drawings every Friday. Feel the fall fun on Thursdays in our Leaf It to Luck hot seats. Play and win up to $500 in cash in our Battleground slot tournaments every Saturday and be blown away with Clamoya's Golden Leaf hot seats every Sunday. Come play, enjoy great food, and stay in our hotel. Only at Clamoya Casino in Chiloquin.
Get ourselves a little audio back here as we got the teams back on the field. A couple tactical changes for Oregon Tech in the second half. They'll bring back on their two wingers in Maddox along with Soskis. Kaya Fetch on, and that's kind of been a typical change for Tom Moore in the second half as a ball into the area trying to be shielded, and a foot got on it there for Northwest. That was Megan Hurley, number 15. They got a flick on it and sent it over the top of the goal. And so Northwest pressuring again here early. Tech has had really no run of the field this afternoon. It's off the restart. It's Hurst. Now Snow back on the field. She was got a little extra time on the bench. And that ball's going to end up going all the way to the goal line and a throw in. Again for Tech, their fourth consecutive home date. And one more to go. Played Westcliff to a scoreless draw, beat Hope International, beat Simpson, and then tomorrow Evergreen here. Cook to the midfield, Ellison trying to touch it, then trying to go wide. Soskis has got to run, but Snow going to get there first. Snow will play it all the way out, and it's going to be a foul on Tech. That's probably a good foul by Geiger to slow the run of play. This will be Hendrickson to trigger it at the midfield stripe. Ball touched into the box. And Ellie Hiller there to be able to make a play. Neither keeper has had to make a true save. Every shot that's been taken today has been off the mark. But it seems like Northwest has had the more dangerous opportunities. Along the far sideline, that's Hurst. Curran trying to win it with Raimondo in the midfield. Now back to Baker, the center back. Tech will get a throw in near midfield. Again, no overtime. This will be the third straight year where only overtime is played during the postseason. Fetch trying to get it into the corner. And that's going to be a chance for Tech. Foul on Northwest. We'll see where the official's going to play this one. It'll be about 12 yards from the end line. Halfway between the box and the sideline. Northwest already putting a three-person wall, but they'll have to retreat. And we'll see how the Owls play. It'll be Curran that's going to take the free kick. As I mentioned, Ellison going to be the one they look for if they're trying to get ahead. But what kind of angle can Jaylee Curran get? She can put some pace on the ball from here. Great opportunity. Could be the best opportunity Tech's had today. Curran, back post. It's still in there. Hashizaki tried to make a play and couldn't. Nice job by the defense for Northwest, who's trying to work on a counterattack. Tech trying to get their numbers on side. Maddox gets it knocked away by Ella Baker. be a foul. See which way. Should be on Tech, I would think. Yes. So we're 7 into the second half. Soskus will play it back. Again, the distribution out of the back for Tech today has not been sharp. Whether or not Tech, having played that match on Monday, whether or not that plays anything to do with it. Owls were able to get a lot of bench players in that match, so it wasn't as if they had a lot of players playing 90. A run in for Northwest, shot and a goal. What a great run. And the goal by Megan Hurley, number 15. And you knew that was coming. Unassisted goal at the 53rd minute. And again, Tech's inability to clear out of the back finally came back to hurt them. As Hurley was able to get it, shed 2 defenders, get herself some space. Got Hiller out of position, and it's the first second half goal that Oregon Tech has surrendered this year. Couldn't have come at a more inopportune time. And you can only defend so long. And Northwest had been pushing the ball forward and forward. Geiger intercepts one. Trying to play it up to Raimondo. She won't be able to get there. It'll be a throw in for Tech along the far sideline.
No description. So do you do it?
Good ball down the far side, but unable to run it down was Lucy Mossett, making a good run down the far side. Tech trailing 1-0. The worry is just the fact Tech has not been able to generate much on the attack today. Northwest has defended so well. Van Ash. Cook trying to get it but won't. But luckily for the Owls, a touch by Hurst goes out of play and a throw in for OIT right in front of us. Trying to play fetch. Goes in, there's Ellison. Soleil shot right at the keeper. And a save for Katie Snow. That was a one-timer for Ellison. And for Soleil, had a lot of the left part of the goal available, but just couldn't have the time to be able to locate it. Glazebrook pushes forward. Out wide to Maddox. Tech 3v3. Maddox into the middle, and it's knocked out of there by Mossett. Trying to get the cross to work, just unable to. Northwest's backs have great size. That has been the difference. They have done a phenomenal job so far today, using that physicality. Tech more the finesse team. Playing into Ellison. Again, there's Mossett. It'll be a throw in for the blue shirts. Out of Kirkland, Washington, 61st minute. That one should go to Tech. Curran in the middle. A nice shell put up by Northwest. You got a goal lead. You do what you can to preserve that. Probably won't see the Eagles sending as many up into the attack. Who wins the second one? And it's going to be a chance for Tech. That was a kick right above the head region. And so it'll be Curran from about 30 yards away. Wind is at her back. We'll see how it's played. Tech with 6 in the box. So not pushing everyone forward. Curran goes short. Fetch trying to get their header. Chloe Cook can't. Second try by Ellison, not there. Best chance Tech's had all day. Chloe Cook, number 17, with the header, gets blocked out by the keeper. And then Ellison, who wears number 2, put it back in and again gets blocked out. And now a foul called on Northwest, gives Tech another free kick. It was a good ball by Curran. Got through traffic. Kaya Fetch was able to get a touch on it initially, and Chloe Cook was right on top of the 6. So another chance. Ball played into the area. Touched out 25 yards. Curran plays it right back into the mixer. Ellison goes wide. Tech trying to stay onside. Ellison plays back to Curran. Jaley touches it into Raimondo. Right back to Curran. Shot gets blocked. Chloe Cook in front. Scores! Chloe Cook from Jaley Curran. And Tech with the equalizer at the 69th minute. Chloe Cook with her first of the year. And it was Jaley Curran who touched a ball to Raimondo, got it back, then played it through. And Chloe Cook was able to capitalize with a left foot and get it into the left corner of the net. And we're all square again. In the 59th minute. I think I said 69th, but it's 59. So Tech breaks through. Left foot winner that time for the junior. The kid from Salida, California. And after back-to-back free kick opportunities at Tech, first one had a golden chance. Second time they capitalize. Leach on the far side. Ball's going to trickle all the way into the area. And Tech able to play it out. Raimondo in the midfield. On a run comes Curran. Looks to go wide, just couldn't get it far enough to get Maddox on the run. All of a sudden, Tech playing with a little energy. Something we did not see over the first 55 minutes. It's like Northwest scored the goal, and all of a sudden it was like a wake-up call for the team in white. There'll be a throw in for the Eagles, deep in their area. They were trying to get a sub in, couldn't. Tech's got to keep this off the end line, and it's going to be a corner, I believe. And it will be a substitution as well for Northwest. So the Eagles will bring 25 on, or 27 on for 5. It'll be Van Ash to take the corner. So the Eagles with an opportunity. They're going back post. And it gets all the way through, and it will be a goal kick. Good ball that time by Van Ash, the senior. He got it all the way to the back post, but it just goes wide. That'll be a foul on the Eagles. A little hand fighting there between Deese and Maddox. We're tied at 1. We're in the final 30. Maddox trying to get a run. Gets there. Ryan Maddox trying to turn her player, does. Plays it back to Kaya Fetch, even deeper. Current takes a shot, one hop, and a save by Snow. Van Ash trying to win it. Quickly coming in, no one marking. It was a long run for Becerra, who is their leading scorer so far this year. And on an overplay, here comes Yarnell. Tech still can't clear it. Glazebrook finally does. And they play to the middle, and the turf monster gets Fetch. We've seen that a couple times today. Just away from the run of play, players tripping on the turf. Good ball in. The run is Hurley. Hurley crosses up her player into the area. Still in there. And finally, Tech able to get it out. That was Cook. Now it's Hurst. Northwest in a dangerous spot. Tech to sub 2. Van Ash. Shot gonna go wide. Opportunity by Gracie Van Ash, number 21. Looks like Robinson on. Cohen on for Tech. So for OIT, 18 for 4 and 19 for 29 are the subs. Can Aaliyah Robinson provide some magic? As Tech pushes forward. Ball lob, foot race, and it's chance. As hustling up was Cohen, just could not get there. 26 minutes to both teams playing with energy. Perfect day, expecting potentially some storms tonight, but nothing that's going to affect the men's game, which will follow us 40 minutes after our conclusion. Robinson drags their player down. And I believe it's going to go against Tech. Yes. Tech show a little bit of gumption here in the second half. First half seemed like they were being pushed around the pitch just a bit. Showing a little more physicality here in the back half. Van Ash will play it in. Who wins the second ball? Northwest does. How about the third? It'll go to the Eagles as Hashizaki's header goes wide. And now the throw in will go even deeper into the Northwest end. At the top of the 5, it looks like from our angle. And it'll be Rachel Snow who will throw it in. Tech trying to double that to try to clear it out. And at least for the moment they do. There'll be a throw in for Northwest, but Tech does a good job of getting the ball out of danger zone. '66th minute. I believe it's going to be a foul on Tech. I believe it's going to be on the ground, and it will be. So Northwest, 50 yards out. Be played in. Headed away by Tech. Second ball, trying to get cleared, still can't. And it'll be a throw in for the Owls. Again, 3 big points on the table up for grabs today. And OIT knowing what looms ahead. Huge 3 points they have to have. Clock going to get stopped. They say no, just a common foul. Cleat to cleat as Deese got hit. It'll be Van Ash to take the free kick. Opportunity here for Northwest. Van Ash in there, it's wide right. She's got a good leg. Northwest again pressuring the free kick. Tech trying to get it out, still can't. It's that distribution that's been the problem. Chance going wide on a shot by Deese. As a sophomore. Took about a 35-yard hack at it. And I've noticed Northwest doing more of that here in the second half. Ball played in. Hurley trying to get it right on top of the 6 and just couldn't. Robinson. Nope, that's Curran. Tech trying to push forward. Through ball. Can Cohen get there? Deep in the corner. Kept alive. Claire Cohen. Curran into the area. Soskis is there. Ellitson was there too. Headed in the air and saved out there by Snow. Sydney Soskis got a head on it. Two-sport athlete at Oregon Tech. Geiger. Soskis has it. Tried to go into Raimondo and a little miscommunication there. And now all the way into the end. Glazebrook has no support. She's going to have to do it herself and does. As Tech had numbers at the other way. Curran tries to switch and kicks it right into the Tech bench. She'll be a throw-in for Northwest as we get set for the 70th minute. So we are 70 in. And Sydney Soskis plays Robinson. High boot, onside was Elliotson. Soleil plays it back. Cohen, Robinson. And too much support there for Northwest. Curran steps up though. She's dangerous from anywhere. But not dangerous if you can't hold possession. And they'll play it out wide, trying to get Van Ash on a run. And Glazebrook turns and plays it back to her keeper. Tackle reset. Geiger to the wrong shirt. Hashizaki able to get it back to the midfield. Soskis in the middle. Trying to stay on is Robinson. Soskis finds Cohen. Touches it back. Long shot, Raimondo way high and away. Nowhere near the goal mouth. You can hear the wind blowing. Northwest will have a substitution at the next chance. Through ball. Raimondo onside. Will it get a corner out of it? We'll see. Yes, corner kick opportunity for Oregon Tech. Jaylee Curran will turn it. Officials wanting a sub, but you don't get a sub on a visitor or a home corner. If it was a goal kick, yes. It'll be Jaylee Curran who will take this for Tech. Again, Elliotson typically the one that they're looking to mark. Geiger also coming in close if they want to play short. High ball, back post. Now we're looking for Elliotson, but it's over her head. Robinson able to run it down. Tech trying to get their players back onside. Ball into the area. Touch back. And we'll have substitutions at both ends next. Aaliyah Robinson chips it in. Soska's trying to get there and ends up being into the hands of the Eagles keeper, Katie Snow. Good punt out of there for Snow. It's going to end up all the way to the keeper. Unable to get there's the Tech keeper, and it's saved by the Owls. Hashizaki with a team save. After Van Ash got a shot at it. And both teams will sub a bunch. For Northwest, 31 on for 22. 16 on for 11. And 17 on for 21. So again, Dagon on. Also on is Jones. First time we've seen Strother. Tech will bring on Ari Sanchez, and she will come on for Glazebrook. With just over 15 or 16 minutes left. And a foul on Tech will give Northwest another shot. And stepping forward will come Ella Baker. And Northwest has been dangerous in these chances. Baker from about 40 yards out. And Northwest has been trying to take a pepper at the goal in these chances. And they'll take a shot, and it's just high. OIT will make a sub. They will bring Kaylin Ness back on into the midfield, wearing number 16. She'll be on for Raimondo, who wears number 5. as we're at the 75th, going into 76th minute, and a 1-1 matchup. 3 big points, as I mentioned, up for grabs, and both teams wanting them. Cohen in the midfield. Plays a through ball to Soskus. And it looked like she got a hand on it, and that is the call. If Soskus was able to use her hip instead of her arm, might have been able to go back off that left shoulder and have her run towards goal. Instead, the miscue goes to Northwest. Tech will clear it. Ellison plays Ness. Ness needs to hit one, does. Goes wide to Soskus. Got support in the middle. Soskus going to go 1v1. Goes to the touchline. Throws it back in front of goal. Claire Cohen from Soskus, and Tech has the lead. The freshman comes through. What a cross by Sydney Soskus. And Cohen got onto it and flicks it past Snow, and Tech has the lead. Here in the 77th. Soskus with the great cross in there. And it looks like Oregon Tech going to make a sub. Robinson coming off. Is that McCall Chambers coming back on? Yes, 20 for 18 for OIT. And so Tech, which trail 1-0 early in this half, has come back to take the lead. But you don't want to count Northwest out. They've had the run up the field for the majority of the day. But again, 3 big points up for grabs as Curran comes out of the back. Again, the speed of Sydney Soskus worked into Tech's advantage. As working inside's Cohen again with space. Claire Cohen, just an unlucky touch that time. She made a good run. Who can win the second? Ness tried to, couldn't. Kaylin Ness, the tallest player on the Tech team, 5'11". Nice heel touch that time from Jaylee Curran. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Again, any substitution now that Oregon Tech makes, clock will stop. Any substitution that Northwest makes, the clock will roll on. Made that change a couple years ago. It used to be at the last 5 minutes that the clock would stop. Now, when the visiting or winning team makes a sub, you can't basically stall. Which if I were a coach and that wasn't a rule, I'd be subbing all the time. It's kind of like you get a goal kick inside the final 5 minutes and you take as much time as you can. There's no reason to rush. It looks like the Eagles are going to sub 3 at the next opportunity. As the ball's going to be played all the way into the keeper. We'll see who's coming on for Northwest. Got to thank Aaron Elder, who's providing those for us today. Be 3 on for the Eagles at the next chance. Van Ash back on, Mossett back on, and Hurst as well. But they can't sub right now, as Tech will have the throw in. So it'll be 22 for 15, 21 for 17, and 11 for 27 the next chance. Claire Cohen Trying to find Soskis in the middle, drops it to Geiger, who's pushed forward. Soskis, a quick touch. Ari Sanchez has a little room, tries a cross inside. Touched out by Leach. Sanchez steps in front. Shows her athleticism, tries to cross it into the middle. Now out wide, Elliotson. She can use her left foot. Just over 10 to play. Give and go. Back out to Elliotson. Soleil. Now Hashizaki. Kaylee. A long hack from about 30. And it's kept alive. Ball cleared out by Tech. In the midfield, here comes Cohen. Tries to slip one. Unable to get there is Chambers. Northwest will sub 4. The Eagles didn't waste time to do so. Inside of 9 to play. Chambers sits near the midfield stripe. Tech's gotten a great run here in the second half. From young Claire Cohen from St. George, Utah. McCall Chambers. She had a goal her last time out. Good touch to Hendrickson. And the through ball trying to get it on to Becerra. Rolls harmlessly to the keeper. Looked like a handball. They will just play on. It'll be a sub for Tech. With 7:17 left. OIT will bring on Ali Salcedo. And Tech will also bring on Ray Raimondo for Cohen. So 24 for 25 and 5 for 19. Soskis just looking to clear the ball upfield. Ness pressuring, making it uncomfortable. Mossett just trying to clear it and struggled there for a bit. Elliotson wins it for Tech. Soskis to the middle. Touch through to Elliotson. An extra one to Ness. Ness with free space. Takes a high shot. Looks good. Just high. Right on frame for Kaylin Ness. About a foot over the crossbar. It looked pretty from here. Just a little too much oomph or Tech could have a multi-goal lead. Just over 6 minutes to go. Ness in the mid. Plays it back to Soskas, trying to stay onside Salcedo. Soskas going to take a try right at Snow in the middle of goal. Northwest looks like they'll bring a player on at the next opportunity. Tech trying to get it cleared out of the midfield, can't. Touch way wide. Chambers. Eagles are going to bring 2 more on. Trying to generate some offense. Is it going to end up being a throw-in for OIT? Looks like Tech may bring a sub on at some point, just not right this second. No reason to stop the clock if you don't have to. So Northwest going to sub 3. And the Eagles will bring on the 3. 23 for 16, 14 for 20. 18 for 19, and then they just bring another one on. The last one, it'll be 15 for 31. Tech will have a sub when they get their next chance. That'll be at some point. Soskas can't keep it on, but that's okay. Northwest has a lot of grass in front of them. Kit Kat Wyborny will be the next to come on for Tech. Ellison. Chloe Cook. Key is you got to make sure you have support in the back if you're Tech. Cook able to step through. Is Tech going to play it to the corner? It looks like they will. And Cook going to sit in the corner with just over 3 minutes left in the game. And what do we get? It'll be a corner kick for Tech. And the clock will stop with 3:02 left, and the substitution for Tech. Kit Kat Wyborny, 26 on. Soskas, number 30, comes off. And Tech will have a corner. It looks like it will be Ari Sanchez who will take it once the opportunity evolves. And it does. Clock is restarted. It was just a quick little touch. And we restart. Inside of 3 minutes. And the key for Tech is to keep the ball in at this end. And the more that it's a throw-in, the more time you can bleed just waiting. No reason to bring it in quickly. It's just touched right there in the corner. And again, it'll be a throw-in for OIT. 30 seconds have come off during this time. Textbook soccer. Chris Berman on ESPN used to go tick, 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 tick. And now finally, Northwest. Foul called on Tech for no, it'd be just a straight throw-in. And now for Tech, you're just pressuring. You don't want to get a ball launched to the other end. Inside of 2 minutes. And the ball cleared out. Eagles trying to push way forward. They're not going to get a throw in from there. Elliotson trying to win it. Wyborne, he did the same. Tech able to get it. Looks to go to corner. Again to the corner goes Tech. It's going to be a throw in for OIT once again with 1:20 left. Can the Owls close this one out? And now a corner for the Owls. And now they can take more time off the clock. And Jaylee Curran doesn't have to be at a dead sprint to go and take it. And now they'll ask for the clock to be stopped. Not sure why. Maybe because Curran was stalling just a bit. And you know this corner is going to just barely be touched. It'll just be played to Elliotson right there in front. We're inside of a minute. And there's the touch. And Tech just play it in the corner. They've done a great job of bleeding clock over the last 3 minutes. You don't have to rush about bringing that ball in. And finally, Northwest will get a throw in. And now it's out with 30 seconds left. The funny thing is they're looking for a ball that way, and there's one literally right behind her. Down to 20 seconds. Tech gets a clearance, the game's over. And that's going to do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And Oregon Tech rallies from a 1-goal deficit in the second half. And they have knocked off Northwest University today by a score of 2-1. And for Tech, 2 huge points in the Cascade Conference table. Men's games to follow in 40 minutes. Until then, friends, I'm Mike Safford. Have a great rest of your day. Go Owls.